who Andrew Tate is?
He says like he only dates young girls and he's what, like 30 something. Why would you go so young?
Do you like older men?
I don't like younger men. I'm 24 and I've dated like 21-year-olds and it's not for me.
Why don't you like younger men?
They're just less mature.
What if I said that's sexist, that you don't like younger men?
I wouldn't say so.
Got it!
What's going on, everyone? Stocks with Kenny here. Today we're reacting to a traditional woman defending Andrew Tate, and I know I've been covering a lot of the political stuff, so this video is just going to be a cultural type thing, and just give us a little break going into the weekend. But I digress. My first thoughts on the video is I don't understand how people can hold such strong emotional reactions towards a guy that they may never meet in the street. They'll never come across in their entire life. I don't understand giving people this much control over your emotional well-being and what benefit that is to you. I just think it does more harm than good, because at the end of the day, these people don't even know who you are, but you're here worrying so much about them. Like, I don't understand, but hey, I digress. Let's get into the video.
I am back doing another video to find out what the public really think about Andrew Tate. I'm here on the streets of London to find out whether people love him or whether they hate him. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you never miss a video. So do you guys know who Andrew Tate is?
Oh my God, no. Ick.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why don't we like Andrew Tate?
Isn't it obvious?
I don't know. I'm asking people
He's
today.
quite a horrendous person. We love feminism and not him.
This is haram.
Okay, can you...
I wasn't expecting that. But my first thought is, this is the primary thing I think a lot of political commentators, especially on the right, always say about the left, is that they have this assumption of you, like this imagination of you, of what they think you are. And that's who they hate. That's what they hate. Essentially, they hate their own imagination of you. And that's what they're hating on. They don't hate anything realistically or what you said. Possibly they'll hear what you're saying, but end of the day, they take out all the nuance, all the context, right? And they'll just be like, oh, he said something online. Oh, I based something off a clip. And that's why I say I don't really have opinion on other people. Like, the easiest thing someone can do is character assassinate, right? And just to assume that, oh, isn't it obvious? I'm a woman. That means he hates all women. No, I don't buy into that. But let's the lady finish her thoughts. Let's see.
Can you give me an example of something that he said which is anti-women?
He advocates and recruits people to be against women's rights, basically.
Does he?
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about this?
Well, do you want examples? I'll get my Google out.
I'd love examples. Let's see if we get...
And it's always secondhand information too. It's not something directly stated by Andrew Tate, right? And this is a big issue in our cultures, especially. I don't care what your political affiliation is. It's a problem that we have with emotional people. Like they mischaracterize who you are, mischaracterize your point. They just emotionally react. Oh, this is how I felt about what you said, and then they take it as fact. Oh, I think you're this, so that's who you are. Andrew Tate's a sexist. That's who he is. Can you prove that he is sexist? If you have many examples, she should be able to ring some off the top of her head. Now she has to go to Google, almost like she has to find the evidence. You get me? It's like she already prejudged him. Oh, he's a sexist. What proof he has a sexist? Oh, I just know he's a sexist. And then you're fishing for stuff. You're trying to prove that you already have in his mind that he's guilty of something. You're just trying to prove that he is. And that's what the Google search thing comes across to me. I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you. I don't know. I digress. Let's get back in the video.
Some examples of how Andrew Tate is advocating a group of men to sort of take away the rights of women.
Well, The Guardian says that Andrew Tate says women belong in the home, can't drive in our man's property. I'm no one's property, and anyone who thinks so can go themselves.
I think he sort of means he'd take care of a woman the same way he'd take care of his other property, like his house, his car. It means he's going to look after her. Isn't that quite nice?
I mean, being someone's property is not nice because I don't belong to anyone. I can take care of myself, thank you very much.
Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
I do know who Andrew Tate is, yes.
Do you like him?
He has a lot of influence and it's dangerous.
He prefers women who have slept with less men. Do you agree? What do you think?
I think it's a very strange...
It's strange for you, but the guy really did was mark a preference. Hey, I have a preference for these kind of women. I want women that engage in this kind of action, less so than this one. It's like me saying I prefer a fit woman over a fat woman. It almost seemed like what makes someone a sexist is if they criticize women, even if it's a valid criticism. or if you critique women in any way, that's what makes you a sexist. I don't understand that. But you're allowed to critique men at any. You're open to critique men. There's no body positivity for men. You're allowed to perfectly critique men, but when we critique women, oh, it's sexist. No, that's sexist. Having that idea is sexist. If you think that critiquing women at any level is sexist, then you're sexist because you can do it to a man, but you can't do it to a woman. Sexism. So you're using sexism to justify sexism. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, right? I believe we're all created equal, right? If there's a standard for one, it has to apply to the other. There's no double standards here. And that's my biggest problem with all this Andrew Tate stuff. Because I know, like, this is why I don't go on TikTok. I know countless females out here bashing men, hating men, making fun of their height, all this stuff. It's all this stuff. Calling them incels, all of it. I heard all of it online. Not a peep. No one calling them misandrous, nothing. Misogyny, nothing. But they're a man, literally reverse everything the woman says, say about a man, say it about a woman, banned. It's crazy. But I digress. Let's get into it. Feels over reels.
View that. Actually, can we go again?
Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Kind of. I just try and he's someone that I've avoided.
What about him don't you like? You obviously don't like him, so what about him specifically is the issue?
I think people like him are violent and aggressive towards like minorities, and I'm just not.
I like him. Andrew Tate's biracial. So you're saying he hates himself? So you're trying to call him a racist too? And that's not grounded in any reality at all. It's just an imagination. They're suffering from an imagination. They're suffering a fantasy of the man and claiming that that's what he is. And then when they get some facts and evidence, oh no, he didn't do the crime, Your Honor. Oh, my mistake. I digress. Let's get into it.
You think Andrew's violent towards minorities and women?
No, I don't think he is. I think he it's what like
it's the narrative that is surrounding him, and I believe that narrative about him, and that's why I'm trying to say it. But I realize I can't really justify it because I have no evidence of that being true. I just believe a narrative. That's what he's trying. That's why he's getting hung up on his words, because the minute she kind of like scrutinized him a little bit, like she gave him minor pushback. She's like, "Oh, you're saying that? No, I'm not trying to say that," because he probably couldn't, I guess, remember anything he said about Andrew Tate. I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's see how he gets out of this one.
In the comments, I mean, there's aggression on both sides that I don't agree with.
If it's the comment section that you don't like, that's not really Andrew's fault, is it?
I think he has a certain anybody that's kicking off in or that follows you, you have a responsibility.
I don't agree. To me, people are responsible for their own comments. If someone in my comment section make a comment, I'm not responsible for that comment, right? I'm not. They're responsible for that comment, and you address it with that person. Crazy. I don't get where people try to obfuscate accountability. Like they trying to say, "Oh, the devil made me do it." That's pretty much what he's saying. Oh, you made them do it, so you have to take responsibility, Andrew Tate. They're saying this stuff because of you. They'll never have said this stuff. You never existed, Andrew Tate. How many of us believe that's true? You really think people would change? Like if Andrew Tate didn't exist, you don't really think people wouldn't be thinking the things they think about? It's just they're just expressing it on his comment section. Oh, because they chose to express it on Andrew Tate's comment section, but not some woman version of Andrew Tate comment section. Oh, misogyny. Oh, misandry. I don't get what I don't get what it's coming to. End of the day, people are only responsible for their own choices, not what other people do. That's it. I can tell you the information, but how you react or how you respond to the information, that's on you. That's not on me. That's with anyone with a platform. That's any content creator. But I digress.
As a public figure, to...
What kind of behavior do you feel like he's encouraging?
Like hate speech, primarily.
Like what? Hate speech, like what?
I don't know the. I just think it's the people that he involves himself with.
You could do so.
I think what shocks me is I always ask people why they don't like Andrew Tate. They never can give me congruent, factual-based stuff. He hasn't got a criminal record. Like, what's he done that people don't like?
Well, I think it's, to be honest with you, the. I think it's this the kind of the situation with
Do you guys know who Andrew Tate is?
Okay, so like obviously we know he felt some type of way about it. I think that's what it is. I think right, people can no longer approach people with nuance anymore. No one gives you the benefit of the doubt anymore. That's one thing I realized since starting this YouTube channel. But I digress. Let's continue.
Yeah. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Do we like him? Do we not like him?
No.
Why not?
Massive misogynist.
Can you define misogyny?
Men are better than women and they're not.
Wrong.
Have you heard him say men are better than women, though?
Yeah, but everything he said is like...
Like what? I've actually heard him once say that women are the most precious thing in the world. What do you think about that?
But that's like in like olden times. I don't know, like in Victorian times when women had to like stay at home.
I think he's the worst example for boys like our generation.
What don't you like about him? Why would it be bad for boys to be like Andrew Tate?
Just like how he views women.
How does he?
This is all this world thing. Like, hey, they don't share my worldview, they're bad. That's all it seems to be. Like, if you don't think like me, you're bad, right? If people in my conversation don't think like me, I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're evil. I just think, oh, they just think differently than me. They just disagree with me. That's it. That's how I will take it. That's reality. That's the reality of it is. Hey, they prioritize something differently than me. They value something different than me. That's how they come to separate conclusions than me. That's realistic, right? But you get these people who ideologues, right? Come here and say, oh, this is the perception of women you're supposed to have. And if you don't tread between these parameters that we set for you, you're a misogynist. That's what it seems to me. Oh, those are the olden times. Yes, he's a traditional man. And just like a traditional man, he hold himself to a traditional standard. And he'll hold his partner to a traditional standard. And chastity is part of that traditional standard. Don't shoot the messenger. And I see a lot of times with women, especially, that they want to be modern women, but demand traditional traits from their man. Like they'll still expect men to be more traditional, but they want to stay modern women. Right? And the Bible, like I always want to reference the Bible, and that's true. Truest thing I ever heard from the Bible. You cannot be unequally yoked. That means you can't be a modern woman dating a traditional man. That ain't gonna work. Because when the traditional man want his traditional woman, or he want his traditional, hey wife, I want you to cook for me. I don't cook, I don't clean. That modern women stuff ain't gonna work. And then y'all gonna be clashing, and next you know, divorce. Which 80% of the time women initiate. So you come in, hey, I want a traditional man, modern woman. You get the traditional man, then you complain about the traditional man because you say he's controlling. You can't win. You can't win with modern, and this is why a lot of modern women are unhappy. I already did a video. Liberal women are the most unhappiest people, at least in America, because they had studies showing that liberal women are the least happy in America. They more unsatisfied with their life. They're on head meds. It's crazy. You guys are the most depressed people in the world, I would say. Misery love company. But I digress. Let's continue.
Use women.
Oh my God, I really don't know. I don't know what to say.
Can you give me any example of something that he's done which is bad to women?
You just disagree with him. That's
No,
it.
nothing comes to my head actually. I'm telling you, I don't know what to say.
So maybe he's not that bad? When you're out with a man, would you like him to sort of lead and maybe pay for you?
No, like 50-50.
You don't want a man to look after you and provide for you?
No, I want my own job.
Hey, I respect it. Look, modern women, modern men. That's it. Don't go asking for something you're not ready for or you're not compatible with. That's how a lot of you guys don't end up having healthy relationships, because y'all out here liberal as hell, and then you want a man that's more conservative, and then y'all don't work out. Oh, he was controlling. You walked in marrying the guy. Like, come on. Like, you should know. Like, this is the reason for dating. This is why when you don't date with a purpose, you don't know, you don't have the end goal in mind. Your end goal is, I just want to have fun. Oh, I'll see where it goes. And it leads nowhere. It's like dating without a purpose is like driving a car without a destination. You're just wasting gas. In your case, people, you're wasting time. Fair? That's what I think. Y'all be happy, but you're not happy with that. Y'all want your cake and eat it too. And that's a big problem in our society, that we don't want to take any, we don't want to sacrifice anything. We don't want to accept any trade-offs. We just want all pros, no cons. And that's unrealistic. That's idealistic. We live in reality. In reality, trade-offs. You don't go one way, you deny the other. That's it. But I digress. Let's continue.
So since we're all equal, and say you're on a date with a guy and another man comes and tries to like slap your bum, what would you expect your man to do?
He should like stick up for it.
Why? Now he's putting himself in the firing line.
Yeah.
But we're equal. Why don't you put yourself in the firing line? But only equal when it comes to buying dinner.
Yep. You want to pick and choose equality, and that's the big issue. To me, there's no spectrum with me. It's one side or the other. Because end of the day, you can't play the spectrum game because it's too much. That's too vague. That's too chaotic. For standards, for laws, for equality, there must be clear boundaries. Either we all do it or no one do it. Either you're equal in all circumstances or you're not equal in any circumstances. You gotta pick. You can't be like, oh, I want to be a feminist here. Oh no, I want to be a woman, a traditional woman here. No, that's not how it works. Because then if the man decides, oh, I don't want to be a traditional man, I don't want to pay all the bills, you pay all the bills. But you're the man. You're supposed to pay. No. I'm not. That's not. Don't sign that general to me because of my sex. You sexist. You get me? This pick and choosing stuff, like you either all the way or you're not. That's it. Yes or no. You're hot or you cold. You're yes or you no, right? You're in or you're out. let me get into the video.
You don't want a man to take care of you at all?
No.
Why?
Absolutely not. Because I can take care of myself. I'm not a child. But granted, he's attracted to child, so whatever.
That's atrocious. That's disgusting.
Like, Andrew Tate's attracted to children?
Well, 18 to 19-year-olds, and how old is he?
He's 36.
Wait, so this is... I want to debunk this argument. For years, people were saying 18-year-olds are adults, right? When they're out here going in the frat parties and they're having their fun, she's an adult. She can do what she wants. Don't shame her or whatever. She date older men, and so what? Then said older man says, hey, I'm attracted to 18-year-old adults because they're adults. That means they're responsible for their own actions. This is what I'm talking about with women being babied. Right? If an 18-year-old man was dating a 36-year-old woman, no one's gonna be calling, oh, go ahead, Kruger. That's what y'all be saying about a 36-year-old woman that says, I like younger man. Man say the same thing, y'all have a problem with it. This is what I'm talking about, infantilizing women. 18-year-old woman, y'all treating them like babies. What? So you calling a man a pedophile because he likes an 18-year-old woman? Like, yo, what world we live in, bro? And this is what I'm talking about, bro. We all created equal or we're not. Y'all gotta make a decision, bro. Because now when we holding y'all feet to the fire, y'all stuck. Y'all can't answer questions. It's ridiculous. But I digress. Let's continue.
But that's not a child. We got to be careful with words. It's not a child.
It's not a child. It's not a child. But it's a big age gap.
I think if it's legal, I think it's okay. Each to their own. As long as it's consensual, don't you think? You also spoke about not needing a man, but do you ever feel like sometimes, the world is kind of dangerous out there? Like, do you not want someone to like protect you if somebody tries to like hit on you, or if a man comes and grabs you or whatever it is?
I'm from New York. I'll kick your ass. See if I give a fuck.
What if he's got a gun?
Yeah, you think I haven't dealt with that?
I don't know. Have you?
Yes.
You walk around with a gun?
No.
So we're in London. There are no guns here. What if somebody's got a knife?
I mean, you run as fast as you can. You scream. You make bloody murder. You make them want to run away.
Do you know who?
How realistic is that though? And I'm not going to point out anything, but how realistic is that for her? What's going to stop them from stabbing you and getting what they need to get from you and then dipping after they do harm to you? Well, I don't know. Like people will sit here and try to like dismiss reality. Like, oh, the world's not dangerous until it is. So I dealt with that before. I got stuck up by a gun. You live in London where there's no guns anywhere. Where you got stuck up with a gun? Oh, you went to America or something? Where you went? Right? That's why I say I need more information, because I feel like people just be saying anything just to win an argument. I think that's what happened in that interacting. But that's just my assumption. That's just my thoughts. You guys let me know what are yours in the comment section. Let's get into it.
Andrew Tate is?
He says like he only dates young girls, and he's like 30 something. Why would you go so young?
Do you like older men?
I don't like younger men. I'm 24 and I've dated like 21-year-olds, and it's not for me.
Why don't you like younger men?
They're just less mature.
What if I said that's sexist, that you don't like younger men?
I wouldn't say so.
Got him.
Do you know who Andrew?
That's what I'm talking about. Like, pretty much it's just gonna be a bunch of double standards, and this is why feminism get a bad rap. That's why feminists get a bad rap, because it's like women can do it, men can't do it, right? So all you want is superior. You want women to be superior. You don't want to be equal. And that's the reality of feminism. That's your actions prove that you want women to be superior. You want them to have more rights. You want more privileges. You don't want to be on an equal playing field with men. You just want more, right? I can do this. You can't do that. I can date older men, literally doing the reverse of what you prefer. That's fine. But if you do it, oh, that's weird. That's a child. I digress, though.
Andrew Tate is.
I mean, what I've heard of him is not good. He is part of human trafficking or something like that.
What?
People keep saying that he does human trafficking, but he hasn't been charged with anything at all.
Because he left the country now.
So the allegation was in Romania, but there's no evidence at all. So, and people keep saying these things, but he hasn't been charged with anything.
Yeah, but like even what he says in his video, I've watched a little on TikTok. As a feminist, I don't appreciate how he talks about women.
Haram.
Andrew Tate. Is this a politician or something?
Andrew Tate is a guy that's gone viral on TikTok.
Many months later.
I think that...
Can I ask you a question? Would you marry a woman that slept with 100 men?
Yes.
I don't believe him.
Would you marry a woman that slept with 500 men?
Yes.
He's gonna keep saying yes just to prove his point, but we'll see. We'll see what she does with this.
It's absolutely just a case of...
A woman that slept with 1,000 men, would you really marry her?
The fact they've slept with 1,000 men won't change anything.
Why do you think Andrew is important for men?
Not a lot of people out there that are talking like for like the guys and stuff. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so I feel like him talking like it's changing a lot of guys' life.
Has Andrew changed your life?
Yeah, I've made me like think of a way to make money online, like digital marketing and stuff. You know.
Do you like Andrew Tate? Oh, you do like Andrew Tate. What do you like about him? He likes Andrew Tate.
I like his forwardness, and I like that he's trying to get people out of the matrix, and I like the fact that he's trying to show or remind men about masculinity, because it's really dying out in today's world.
How do you know?
Yeah, because I think the lack of masculinity is actually leading to like a lot of issues that we face in our society, honestly. Because masculinity is associated with boundaries, right? Like, hey, you don't cross certain lines. And in this fluid culture we live in, this chaotic culture we live in, men can be women, women can be men. There's more than two genders. There's no longer any confined parameters to operate in. Everyone's just, I can do whatever I want, and that's chaotic. That's chaos. And sometimes just because something feel good doesn't necessarily mean it is good. And I think that's what being caught up in America culture, especially, is that we get caught up in this hedonistic type of lifestyle where, oh, more sex, more this, more sugar, more that. And in the long run, we suffer like a huge penalty for that, right? Whether it be health wise or just like mental health wise, I guess. Let's get back into it.
I know that he treats women badly.
He talks about it in his video.
Can you give me an example? Because I haven't seen him say anything bad or mean towards women.
Really?
Because I've met him personally and I've never experienced anything negative, and all you guys have seen is through TikTok.
Yeah, okay, but if you met him for a few minutes...
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No, I know, we're friends. He's a friend of mine. He's a good friend. I've met him plenty of times. Do you not think there's a problem with judging people from what you see on the internet? Things have been taken out of context.
I saw just a lot of content about him that was negative, so...
But like...
What's the average video length in TikTok? I think it's like, what? Isn't it like 10 seconds, 30 seconds? I heard like people who watch TikTok for a longer extended amount of time have a shorter attention span than goldfish. So it must not be that many clips. You could watch 100 clips and only probably account to what 2 minutes of content, maybe, depending on the length of the videos. Let me know in the comment section. I'm really interested in it because I don't have TikTok, but I digress. Let's get into it.
What? Can you give me an example?
I don't know. Like I said, it was a few months ago, because now it's the thing around him is a little over.
You're the first person that I've spoken to today that actually likes Andrew Tate. Everybody else has been screaming at me. What do you think of that?
Some people have only looked at the things that he says that are quite controversial, and they haven't like actually taken time to actually look at what he's really trying to say or the message he's really trying to put out.
One of the things that everyone has an issue with is that he said women are the property of men. What's your take?
If it comes to relationships, I do believe that the man plays a different role compared to the woman.
Yeah, that's what Andrew's saying, and I actually agree. I think women are the property of their husbands, not random people
Not
like
random
this.
people, exactly. Yes, I agree with.
You're not for the community, you're for your husband, right? And I think that's what he meant by property. I would like, how to censor it. I would say, responsibility, right? Because then that kind of like it means the same thing essentially. Hey, I'm responsible for you. Hey, you're my property. Like, it's the same thing. right? Because at the end of the day, what he's trying to say is that, hey, you're in a union with me, I'm in a union with you. Because if a woman said, oh, that my husband's my property, you think people will get mad over that? If my wife said, oh, that's my property over here, you think people will get mad about her saying that? No. But if I say, what's the issue? That's what I'm saying. Double standards. And then y'all want equality. Fake. It seems like equality is a pretext to cover what you really are after. That's my thoughts. That's just my thoughts. But let me know yours in the comment section.
With that as well.
What would your message be to Andrew Tate?
Is he gonna see this?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, cool. So to Andrew Tate, I say that you should continue doing what you're doing because you're putting out a message that most people in today's world try to ignore. I really appreciate you, mate. And keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up.
What a long day interviewing all these different people, these crazy feminists. I swear, at one point, I thought I was gonna get hit. But as always, people just don't like Andrew Tate and they don't know why. And you know what the funny thing is? Every time I press them, they never know what to say. But don't worry, guys, because I'm gonna be uncovering more about this. So don't forget to hit the like button.
But hey, I digress. Let me guys know what your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe people just believe the boogeymans they create of other people without really getting to know them or really taking more time to understand or actually get a more nuanced understanding of someone's position? You guys let me know in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.